Hello viewers, the topic for today is the war between Russia and Ukraine. Russia invaded Ukraine on 24th February 2022. Internationally considered an act of aggression, the invasion has triggered Europe's largest refugee crisis since World War II, with more than 4.2 million Ukrainians live in the country and a quarter of the population displaced. The invasion marked a major escalation of the Russo Ukrainian War, which began following the 2014 Ukrainian Revolution of Dignity. Russia subsequently annexed Crimea, and Russian-backed separatists seized part of the southern eastern Donbas region of Ukraine, sparking a war there. In 2021, Russia began a large military build-up along its border with Ukraine, amassing up to 1,900 million troops along with their equipment. In a broadcast shortly before the invasion, Russian President Vladimir Putin espoused irredentist views, questions Ukraine's right to statehood, and falsely accused Ukraine of being dominated by neo-Nazis who persecuted the ethnic Russian minority. Putin said that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, by expanding eastwards since the early 2000s, had threatened Russia's security, a claim disputed by NATO, and demanded Ukraine be barred from ever joining the alliance. The United States and others accused Russia of planning to attack or invade Ukraine, which Russian officials repeatedly denied as late as 23rd February 2022. So, the main contestants in the war are Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky. From March to April 2021, Russia commenced a major military build-up near the Russo-Ukrainian border. It was followed by a second build-up between October 2021 to February 2022 in both Russia and Belarus. During these developments, the Russian government repeatedly denied it had plans to invade or attack Ukraine. Those who issued the denials included government spokesman Dmitry Peskov on 28 November 2021, Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov on 19 January 2022, Russian Ambassador to the US Anatoly Simirsky. On 23 February 2022, the full military operation consisted of infantry divisions supported by armored units and air support in eastern Ukraine, along with dozens of missile attacks across both eastern Ukraine and western Ukraine. Ostensibly, the main infantry and tank division attacks were launched at 4 spearhead incursions, creating a northern front launched towards Kyiv, a southern front originating in Crimea, a southeastern front launched at the cities of Luhansk and Donbas, and an eastern front. All 4 incursions crossed into Ukraine and approximately by 100 or 200 kilometers beyond Ukrainian borders, while occupying Ukrainian territory and encircling main cities. By 20th March, the 4 incursion fronts had formed a perimeter significantly within the entire border of eastern Ukraine and started to extensively consolidate lines of communication and support between all 4 fronts within Ukraine while besieging Mariupol, Kyiv, Donbas, Luhansk and other cities. An extensive missile bombardment campaign was also conducted with dozens of missile strikes across Ukraine, reaching as far as west as Lviv. Russian efforts to capture Kyiv included a main spearhead striking south from Belarus along the west bank of the Dnipro River with the apparent aim of encircling the city from the west. It was supported by two separate axes of attack from Russia along the east bank of Dnipro, the western at Chernihiv and the eastern at Sumy. The eastern axis of attack likely intended to encircle Kiev from the northeast and east. On 24 February, Russian forces attacked the Chuhiv air base, which housed Bayraktar TB-2 drones. The attack caused damage to fuel storage areas and infrastructure. The next day, Milarovo Air Base was attacked by Ukrainian military forces using OTR-21 Tochka missiles. According to Ukrainian officials, this destroyed several Russian Air Force planes and set the airbase on fire. The Zhytomyr airport attacked on 27 February. It was reported that Russia used 9K-720 Iskander missile systems located in Belarus to attack the civilian airport. Russia lost at least 10 aircraft on 5th March. On 6th March, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported that 88 Russian aircraft had been destroyed since the war began. However, an anonymous senior US defense official told Reuters on 7th March that Russia still had the vast majority of its fighter jets and helicopters that had been amassed near Ukraine available to fly. After the first month of the invasion, Justin Bronk, a military observer, counted the Russian aircraft losses at 15 fixed-wing aircraft and 35 helicopters, but noted that the true total was certainly higher. Ukraine lies on the Black Sea, which only has access through the Turkish-held Bosphorus and Dardanelles Straits. On 28 February, Turkey invoked the 1936 Montreal Convention and sealed off the straits to Russian warships not registered as having Black Sea home bases and not returning to their ports of origin. This prevented the passage of 4 Russian naval vessels through the Turkish straits. At the beginning of the war, the captain of the Ukrainian Navy's flagship, the frigate Hetman Sahadichny, ordered the vessel to be scuttled to prevent it from falling into Russian hands. On 24 February, the State Border Guard Service of Ukraine announced that an attack on Snake Island by Russian Navy ships had begun. The cruiser Moskva and patrol boat Vasil Bykov bombarded the island with their deck guns. So this is all for today, and we are hoping for further updates in this chapter. Until then, goodbye.